Hi, welcome to episode 85 of the PassionKnit Spinner podcast. My name is Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffeltier on Ravelry and Instagram. There is a Ravelry group for the podcast. Please come over and join. And thank you so much for being here. So today I have a lot of things to talk about. The first thing, what I'm wearing, I can show you in a minute. Because first I'm going to talk about the cardigan that I have on. It's for my knitting in the past, and I finished 3 things this week. The first one is the Double Trouble cardigan by Vera Välimäki. It looks like this from the front, and it looks like this from the back. As you can see, it's 2 different colors for front and back. It looks like this from the side. It was a lot of fun making this sweater, and I'm gonna take it off right away because it's so warm. It's just unbearable. Okay, so the Double Trouble cardigan is a pattern by Vera Välimäki. It was published in the Interpretations book number 4 that came out last year, I think, or this year. I used handspun for this, for both of the sides, and I did use a US 9. That's a 5.5 millimeter needle. The pattern calls for worsted weight yarn and 4 millimeter needles, US 6. But my handspun was super thick. This cardigan weighs 1 kilo. I used 500 grams for the back and 500 for the fronts. So it's super heavy. It is very thick and very warm, which is what I wanted. So what I did, I used way bigger yarn and way bigger needles, and I did still knit the size that I needed. So this would end up like oversized because I wanted this to not be a cardigan, but a jacket. And it is. So I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. Like I said, it's both hand spun. This is just a simple merino. And as you can see, I had to do mix and match buttons because I did not have enough of one kind. And I simply just didn't want to go off and buy buttons because I have a full box of stuff, of buttons. So I decided to use 2 different ones and just do it like this. And I think it really, really goes well with the jacket. I'm very happy that I did that. So, front is just a simple merino, and the back I think is a merino as well. I'm not sure, but it was multicolored. And as you could see when I was wearing the jacket, the sleeves are a bit short because I ran out of the yarn for the back. So I just had to adjust. And as you also can see now is that the front where the buttons are hangs a bit down, but I think when I'm wearing it you can't really tell. So I am really, really happy with this. It was a relatively quick knit because, you know, 5.5 millimeter needles and Aran or chunky weight, bulky weight, whatever it is, that goes really fast. And it turned out wonderful. It's super squishy. Not sure if you can tell when I show it to you, but it's super squishy. And yeah, it's really nice. What I did for the seaming, the sleeves had the exact same amount of rows. For the body, I had a bit of a difference, I think, at 5 rows more. But I think the seaming turned out quite well. Because you have to seam a lot on this. But yeah, I really think it turned out great. So I'm very happy with this one. Now, the other 2 things are quite a bit smaller. First off is one that you've seen before. I finished the Gryffindor loop. I decided to not go for arm warmers and just finish it as I had started. I did not graft the ends together. I seamed them together. Who cares? You can't really tell. And it's a nice length. You know, I think this is a great length for a double layer infinity scarf thing. So yeah, the yarn that I used is from Sunset Stitches. It's a 100% superwash merino yarn. That's why I did not want to make socks out of it. And now that it's finished, I really like it. I think it was a good idea to not make socks. So here it is. I used 3.5 millimeter needles. That's a US 4 to give this, to make it nice and soft and not stiff. I used up the entire skein except for 1 yellow stripe at the end because I stopped with the red. I had started with red and I stopped with red and then I just seamed it together. So yeah, that's 1 full skein. And now for the thing you didn't see before. I made a pair of mitts. The pattern is by Isolde Teak. They're called Karu. They are from her Knitworthy collection that she does every year before Christmas. And here they are. This is the back of the hand. So here we go. And this is the palm. I think they turned out really nice. The pattern is, like I said, part of the Knitworthy 4 collection, and you cannot get it as a single pattern until mid-December, I think. So if you want to make that, you have to get the full pattern, the full collection. And where is it? That is her. That's what her pattern looks like. She used a natural fiber yarn for it. I just used what I had in my stash, and it was Inaya Creations Sport Sock because it's a sport weight. And as you can see, I got 2 skeins of this in like a double pack, 2 50-gram skeins, and I used up the first 50-gram skein, except for this little bit for the mitts. So 1 50-gram skein with 130 meters is enough. And I'm going to use the other skein to make a matching headband, because this is going to be a Christmas gift. So they are done and finished. And I did block them, which I never done before because, you know, why? And my husband made me some mitten blockers. I laid my hand on top of a piece of paper, he drew around, and this is what we came up with. So that's pretty accurate. And yeah, they did their job wonderfully, and these are now blocked because I think this pattern really needs a bit of a blocking to really show off the wonderful cables. So yeah, these are done. It was a lot of fun to make something with a real pattern, you know, with cables, stuff we had to pay attention to. It felt great. It really did, because like I said before, I feel like everything I make lately is garter or stockinette stitch. So, and that theme is going to continue on now. So yeah, I think I need to challenge myself a bit more. So for knitting in the present, I have 4 things on the needles. The first one is a pair of socks, and those will never not be plain vanillas because I love plain vanilla socks. This is the first sock here. The yarn is Opal from a club. These are for my dad for Christmas. He wears a 46, German 46, so that's huge. I'm gonna have to knit quite a bit longer before I can do a toe, but you know, I've knit him so many pairs of socks, I don't care if they are that big. So yes, this is the yarn. I do not have the ball band with me because it's a club colorway and it doesn't say anything except for a club. The other things I have are 2 hats. I started the Lengfield hat by Martina Behm. It looks like this. I have knit one of these before, and I've shown it on the podcast. It was quite a while ago, out of my hand spun. And this pattern is amazing because it is for every yarn, every gauge, every head circumference. It's a wonderful pattern. And it doesn't look like a hat at all in the beginning. So this is going to be for my son. I am using Schachenmeier Baby Wolle. It's this stuff here. I got this in the Coats fabric. Not fabric. I always say fabric. At the Coats factory shop. I say fabric because Fabrik is the German word for factory. And this is what it looks like so far. Yeah, like I said, it is a hat, even though you can't tell right now. It's going to be a hat. And I'm at the point where I can join things now. So this is a wonderful pattern. Like I said, I've made it before. It's super simple. Garter stitch. And I think this is going to be really nice. It will look great, and also the yarn is very soft, so it will not, you know, itch on his forehead. So this is great, and I'm going to work on this today. I'm maybe even finish it tonight. So now I'm running out of stuff. I'm running out of space. The next thing is the Tough Hat by Woolly Wormhead. I am using Debbie Bliss Blue-Faced Leicester DK in 2 different colors. This is the pattern. I printed it off black and white, so you can't really tell anything, but it's by Woolly Wormhead. And it looks like this. It's another flat knit hat that you have to seam together. These are my 2 yarns. I really hope I will not run out of the brown because I don't have any more. I have 5 of the 8 pattern repeats, so it could work out. I really hope it will, because if not, I'm gonna have to scream very loud. So this is where it is. I think it's gonna be nice. It's going to look something like this in the end. I could leave it like that and just wear it as a cap if I run out. So yeah, this is the hat. It has all the shaping built in. It's, of course, tons of short rows because that's very obvious. And it's lots of fun. I really enjoy this. Like I said, I so hope that I will not run out of yarn. It's going to be okay. It will work. It will work. Yeah, this is for me. And I look very forward to having it finished because I love the colors. They're very me. Yeah. Because, you know, when you make a hat for yourself, you should choose colors that are your colors. Everything else would be a bit weird. So, yeah. These are my 2 hats, and I have 1 new cardigan on the needles because it was all about casting on stuff. I finally started the Magnolia cardigan by Hohi Locatelli. I entered in her fall cal with this pattern. And yeah, like I said, I finally started. I went for a size M. And this is what I have so far. It's not a whole lot. It's a top-down sweater. Yeah. I'm using yarn from Creatina Bloom. Her shop is on Etsy. And I'm alternating skeins, as you might be able to tell. I have 4 skeins. The other 2 are also a bit different, so I'm going to alternate them throughout, and it's going to be fine, I think. But I love the colors. It's a bit different for me, you know, working with blue and lavender. It's just not what I usually gravitate to, but I think this is going to be very nice. So yeah, these are my current works in progress. Okay, now I'm gonna put them back. Okay, now that was a lot. 4 new things, but you know, after I finished the cardigan and the loop, I just kind of wanted to make new stuff, so I did. Now what I'm wearing, I didn't tell you. This is a sweater that I made this year, last year, I'm not sure. It's from my Brother pattern, and I didn't like the pattern all that much after I had finished. The sleeves were super long, so I shortened them to be 3/4 lengths. The neck opening was extremely wide, and it was just very long. Now it's quite a bit short. If I stand up, you can tell. It's like I always have to tuck on it to make sure that I'm not going belly free. But I do like it. What I did change about the pattern is I put an elastic around the neck and in the arms because it just was too floppy and I didn't like that. So I changed it and now I'm quite happy with it, but you know, it's a bit short. But that's my own fault because I did make it that way. Good, now back on track. Knitting in the future, I'm going to cast on the Mint Lotus by Annie Lupton, and I did not bring the pattern or the yarn to show to you. But my friend Sandra did wind a skein of Wollmeise lace for me. And yeah, I'm going to use Wollmeise lace for that sweater. And I'm going to show it to you as soon as I had cast on. So that's going to happen. I didn't spin because I didn't want to. I have 2 things for new stuff. First of them is this book, 100 Little Knitted Projects. And I thought that this might be a good thing for not really stocking stuffers because we don't do stockings over here, That's just nothing we do. But just in general, I thought there are a lot of animals in here, you know, like fox and penguin. There's a dinosaur. There are different dinosaurs in here. There's the owl and the monkey. Here's a teddy. And I just thought I could make a bunch of these little animals whenever I have time, and just want to make something quick and easy. So Tim has them to play with. I really like the teapot. It is so cute. So yeah, there are, like it says, 100 different patterns in here. Some of them are super cute. Others are more a bit, I'm not sure if I want to make that. I really like the cactus. So yeah, I'm not sure yet what I will do with this. But I just wanted to have it because I thought it would be a nice thing to make stuff from it for my child. And the other thing I got, and I know it's still September and it's a long way until Christmas, but these things sell out like crazy and I haven't had one ever. So that's my first one. I got the Opal Advent Calendar. And this year's is not a gigantic cube, it's a book that opens up. Isn't that super amazing cute? So yeah, I got the Opal Advents Calendar. It's quite expensive, I have to say. But I look forward to open it every day in December. And I also already made a plan for what to do with it, but I will talk about that when the time comes, you know. So that's it for new stuff. I do not have an Indie of the Week because I didn't get new yarn. Reading, listening, watching. I have lots of stuff to talk about. For reading, I am still reading the first Harry Potter book, or rereading the first Harry Potter book in English. I'm not that far because I just didn't read all that much this week or last week because I had 2 very busy and awful weeks and I just didn't have time to read. I'm also reading a book on my e-reader that's called So Not a Hero. It's part of the Kindle Unlimited thing where you just, you know, it's like a library subscription thing. You pay like, I think it's 8 or 9 euros a month and you can read everything that is Kindle Unlimited for free. And it's one of those books and it's super fun. I think I talked about it before. I have no idea who wrote it. I didn't write it down. But it is about a former supervillain who was she was in prison, she got out, she was the girlfriend of the big bad guy, and now she joined the team of good guys. And they're also called the good guys. And she joined them to fight the bad guys. So yeah, it's fun. It's just super mindless fun. Then for listening, I am still listening to the Harry Potter series in German, narrated by Felix von Manteuffel, and I am on book 4 right now, which is the Triwizard thing. What is it called? The Goblet of Fire. Yeah, genau. That's what I'm listening to right now. And now for watching. My husband and I, we sat down the other night and watched all 6 episodes of Jack Whitehall Travels with My Father. It's on Netflix, and I think it's on Netflix everywhere because we have it here in Germany. It is in the US Netflix, I know that for sure. And of course, UK and Ireland because Jack Whitehall is British. And if you are in the US and you do not know who he is, he's a comedian, a British comedian. He's quite a bit younger than I am. And he's a lot of fun, like a lot of fun. And he did like a gap year, but he crammed it into 5 weeks and he went to Southeast Asia with his dad, who's like 76 or something like that. It's yeah, it's just a ton of fun. It's informative as well, but it's also a lot of fun. We did laugh so much. And fair warning, if you do not like strong language, you might want to not watch it because they curse a lot. And it's so much fun. You should watch it. Good. Now for sewing. I have 2 things finished. One of them I cannot show. I can show the pattern. I did make a sailor top for my mom. I did put up pictures of me wearing it on Instagram and it is 2 sizes too big. So if it looks a bit big, it is. It's not for me. It's for my mom. This is the pattern. It's by Fancy Tiger Crafts. It's one of their own patterns. It's the sailor top. It was all the craze about 2 or 3 years ago. And I made it for my mom. I gave it to her. It fits her perfectly. So that's out of the house. And then I finished something for myself. And it is a pair of pants out of this magazine. It's a German sewing magazine. It's issue 2, 2016. Sabrina Damenmode. And I have to say, this magazine has a lot of great patterns, but they always choose super awful fabrics. So when I flip through it the first time, it's always like, I don't like anything in here, but it's all because of their fabric choices, because their fabric choices are awful. I made this pair of pants without the little turn up on the bottom, and I made them ankle length and not this weird outgrown length. And you know, looking at it like this, it's like, not so sure about this, but I made them in a nicer fabric. At least I think so, which is good because they're for me. And they look like this. I also put up a ton of pictures of me wearing this on Instagram. This is a stretch cotton fabric. This is the front. This is the back. I'm not sure how to show you pants, but yeah. I used an invisible zip in the front. What they did in the pattern, it's the only thing that I changed except for sizing. They put the zipper in the back. I just don't see why I should do that. I mean, if you do a pair of pants or trousers, you can do the zipper in the side seam, and then I think, okay, yeah, fine, that makes sense. But in the back, doesn't make sense to me. So I did just put it in the front. And it has pockets. In the front, it has one pleat on each side. In the back, it has 2 darts on each side. I'm not sure if you can tell, but they are here. Here are darts. So there are 4 bum darts in this. That's great because that makes it fit wonderfully. And it's my first pair of pants that I've made that fits. The last one was a disaster. This one is perfect. It fits perfectly. I'm very, very proud of it. I'm super happy with it. The fabric was like I said, it's a stretch cotton that I got from Gläser. They're a southern Germany based fabric store line chain thingy. And they do buy the leftover pieces from the fashion label Max Mara. And this is one of those fabrics. So this is Max Mara fabric. And I made those pants. And I'm super happy with them. I'm going to make more. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this pattern again. I could because it fits. But they are very dressy, you know. And I wanted to have just normal pants. So I'm going to have to think about that. And then for the thing that I started this jacket here. It is from the Fashion Style magazine, which is the German translation of the Dutch magazine Knipmode. So this is it, Fashion Style number 7, 2016. This is it. Check it. And I did cut this forever ago. It's the last thing that I had cut. No, it's the second to last. I have one more. The last thing, second to last thing that I cut and laying around just forever. I'm just going to show you one piece to show off the fabric. It's another Max Mara fabric, and it looks like this. It's a little stretchy, and it's like a waffly, PK. I'm not sure what to call this fabric, but I think it's going to be nice. Very busy, but nice. And yeah, I have everything overlocked. I've overlocked around all the pieces, and I'm ready to just assemble the thing. I also did, I'm not going to show, I cut 5 sweaters for my child because he outgrew the ones that I made before. And I just did cut them, you know. I'm going to overlock them together maybe later today, and then I'm going to do a lot of twin needling. But that's also done. Now, I really thought this was going to be a long show because I had so much stuff to show, but I think I'm talking very fast. The last thing I want to show you for everything else, of course, no cross stitch, no weaving. It's just no. But for everything else, I have something that I want to talk about, and it's something that I started 2 weeks ago. Before all hell, I started this before all hell broke loose over me, but I still try to stick to it. So I have used one of my notebooks, and I kind of do a weekly goals list because I talked about this before. Like, I feel like I don't accomplish anything and I never get anything done, and I'm like, oh. So I did try and write down goals for the week, and I just tick them off when I reach them, and it shows me that I do get stuff done and that I do accomplish things. It's just a mind trick for me, really. That's all it is. But I'm going to show you the week's list for this week, and it looks like this. Now, this is the week 39 of the year, the dates. And then I have knitting goals. I want to finish my hat. I want to finish the hat for my son. I want to finish the first sock for my dad's Christmas pair. Start a pair of convertible mitts that I totally did not talk about, but they're a Christmas gift. And start the Mint Lotus sweater. For spinning, I want to finally finish the Into the World singles for the Godric's Hollow spin. And I want to spin at least 30 minutes on some bats that my friend gave to me to spin for her. Then I have sewing goals. I want to sew the 5 sweaters for Tim. I want to cut a pair of pajamas for myself. I have traced the pattern. I just have to cut out the pattern and then cut the fabric. I want to work on the blue jacket that I just showed to you, and I want to work on project bags again because I have started so many and I just totally lost my love for it, and I should make them and finish them to be able to sell them, because if I don't make them, I can't sell them. And then I have just in a different colored block everything else that I want to accomplish. I want to walk every day, and not just, walk up the stairs, but go for a walk every day. I want to drink more water because I kind of gotten in the habit of drinking coffee and Diet Coke, and that's not good. I want to eat less sweets, like, because, but gummy bears, they get me. I love gummies, so that's a bad thing. I also want to spend less time on my phone and just spend more time in real life. And I want to read a chapter each day. And what I'm doing is when I, reach that goal, that's why I have a little box in front, I just tick it off or cross it out. I'm going to show you last week's so this is what it looks like in the end. Tick it off or cross it out. Yeah, that's what I did. And like I said, I'm not going to show this to you ever again. It's just, like I said, I wanted to talk about it because it might help someone else who feels unaccomplished. This is just what I do for me, for my crafting and my just normal life. And I feel like it does help me see progress on things that I make. And yeah, like I said, it's just a mind trick for me to show me that I do stuff. Okay, what else can I say? I wanted to say thank you for everyone who got in touch after my last podcast, because I told you that I felt like I'm not one of the cool kids, and I'm not, and it's absolutely fine. I'm very happy with who I am at the moment, which is rare, so we have to go with it. And it felt good to hear that you all who watch this appreciate me for being me, and yeah, that's a good thing. So thank you very much for telling me that. And that's it for this week, I think. I don't have anything else to talk about. Yeah, okay. Then let's stop talking. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Enjoy everything you do. Bye.